Even if we ran this webinar and we've got, 500, 600 people to attend it, let's say, but really there's not a lot of engagement beyond that as part of our customer journey. You don't want to just throw those names out, right? So you've got, they came, there was some initial interest, we need to develop them. So there's like a program around that. And that's sort of one concept that I wanted to bring up, is I think there's a lot of focus on that bottom of the funnel, Chris, that you took an action in the email, you did something instantly, and now we're measuring the entire health of our marketing based on those bottom line outcomes. And I think the second half, what I want to say is that what I think is really difficult to do, and what we're helping clients figure out, is not only kind of how to put your programs together relative to the funnel stage and the customer journeys and having a handle on that, but more importantly, the performance side of the equation. What messaging, what content is actually moving the needle. And that, I don't think there's very many organizations that really have that down. When you say it's these messages that are actually resulting in a lower top of funnel cost per lead, or that are, once they're in that middle, the component, we found a message here that really moves them down or increases the score, to your point, Chris, like really seeing that. A lot of this stuff is still aggregate managed at the aggregate. So you're seeing kind of piled all together, and you're saying, well, we moved, broadly speaking, from all the stuff that we're doing, messaging from here to here, and we're not being able to, you're not really sort of slicing down and having accountability. Where I was going to go is accountability on the marketing team for those messages, for that content. I still think there's so many organizations that are struggling with framing this up and getting the infrastructure in place, that the light has been shined on the infrastructure and getting the right types of journeys mapped out and getting the right, getting this things into the CRM in a way that everybody can manage it. There hasn't been a light on, well, we have all that now, and we want better performance of the actual content, better performance of the messaging that we're putting out, something that actually does everything possible to move the needle